All right, welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
I'm Gary.
It's another one of those hit record and then 10 seconds later it starts. You're sitting there like,
On mine, I get the countdown right away. It's just like, oh, okay, well, we're 7 seconds in and we haven't done anything.
yeah. Anyways, so President Trump, I use that in air quotes,
Yes.
left the G7 early to get back to Washington because I guess he felt the need that he had to give ultimatums to Iran. Unconditionally surrender to Israel, who launched a bunch of attacks on them, or face the consequences. And Trump's really not feeling like in a negotiating mood, and Iran, for their part, just basically said, "Look, we're in negotiations over these nuclear deals, and then we get bombed in the middle of them, which tells us that you weren't really serious about these negotiations in the first place. So go pound sand."
Mm-hmm.
And Trump, being Trump, wants to really pound the sand, probably with missiles or bunker buster bombs. So Iran apparently is going to be moving their program, the stuff to make enriched uranium and such. They're moving it to facilities that are basically built into the side of a mountain. Israel, for their part, needs bunker buster bombs in order to cause damage to those facilities, and they don't have them. But the U.S. does, and the U.S. has the aircraft to deliver them. So the question is, will Trump, what's the energy around that? And will Trump offer U.S. military assets to aid in Israel's campaign to set Iran's nuclear program back a great distance, damage or just trying to damage and destroy as much as they can of it?
Yep. It's like, you can hear mom and dad tromping up the stairs because you and I are fighting, and you got to get as many blows in before they separate you,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Right, why don't you go ahead?
You wonder why I wear wooden spoon survivor t-shirts.
It's not like we didn't earn it.
No kidding, right? Okay, so let's take a look at the energy around Trump and what his intentions are with Iran. Okay, here we go. Entertainment purposes only. Oh, what a cut. All right, here we go. All right. So for all of you that had to deal with that, I'll let you see the underneath card first. Okay, so foundation of the reading, the Fool. Okay.
There you go. You don't need to throw any more cards.
Yeah, exactly. Don't you love these one card readings?
Yes.
He's just dumb enough to do it.
Exactly. The chariot card is, let me show you how to do it, though.
Yeah. Yeah, just like, hey, let's just go down this path. We've never tried this before. The cross is the Five of Pentacles. You're just bombing people and making refugees. You're also alienating a lot of your base, if you will, because they didn't want to get involved with support the Ukrainian war against Russia. They're not going to be thrilled about getting into some Middle East involvement with Iran. Energy underneath it is the Chariot, but Trump wants to move this ahead. He's a military commander, and he needs his victory.
He definitely knows more about war than all the military commanders in history combined.
Exactly. In the past, you have the Four of Cups. Not being happy about being told what he could do and what he can't do. Like I know there's a couple of congressmen that are putting together a bipartisan resolution that would require the Trump administration to get approval from Congress before participating in this conflict with Iran and Israel in any meaningful way. And they did the same thing with Yemen that passed both House and the Senate, and Trump didn't sign it, but it got him to back off of Yemen a bit. He's probably looking at this, not happy with the choices he has. This could also be he was looking at the negotiations with Iran And Israel came and said, well, I'll tell you what, if after 60 days we can get Iran to come to the table. Current energy is the Nine of Cups. He is happy as a clam. All hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. He's got Iran on the ropes. He's going to use these attacks by Israel as leverage to get what he wants out of Iran and out of Israel. Like Dave said, if he supplies weapons to Israel, what's in it for me? This could be, we could finally start building luxury property in Gaza once we solve that problem too.
Yeah, I don't think he can supply the weapons per se, because you have to have the weapons, the bombs, the 30,000 pound bombs, and the aircraft to deliver them, and Israel has neither.
Yeah.
So we would have to do it for them.
Yes. So what's in it for me? The overarching energy is the Hangman. This is just, Trump looks at this completely differently than normal, rational human beings. It's this. I don't know what to say more than this. This is just, it's putting people in uncomfortable positions they don't want to be in. Lesson to be learned: the heartbreak and betrayal of the Three of Swords. Oh boy.
That's
not a great card. At least it wasn't the outcome, but this is not good. Oh boy. Outcome is the Eight of Wands, which could mean communications and fast-moving things, but those are also proxy for missiles
or airstrikes.
Airstrike, exactly. I think he's more than willing to go down that path.
The dude's stuck in the 70s and 80s. He thinks of Iran as the Ayatollah and the American embassy workers being held hostage, and the U.S. being feckless in their ability to get those hostages out. And so he's going to be the Rambo tough guy, John Wayne guy, who's going to walk in there and teach them a lesson or five.
Well, and the thing is, Israel has had a large measure of success. They took out basically the whole leadership and top echelon of their military. And, with this display of power, and how Trump is about displays of power and, and authority.
Rocks off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, now you're going to do what I tell you because I own you.
Fills his catheter bag when he thinks about it. Okay, so what is Israel wanting from the United States? How about we ask that? Just what's Israel getting out of this? What do they want from the United States? What are they getting out of this? Five of Swords.
I hope that's the Eight of Swords.
Eight of Swords. Restriction. You got the Six of Swords, lots of swords. Ace of Cups, King of Swords. Okay. What is Israel getting out of this? What do they want? Underneath all the High Priestess, this to me is the Mossad. This is their intelligence agency, basically saying they have no choice in the matter. It's an emotional thing. It's like, we had no choice. We had to act on it. A lot of sword energy here. It was a victimization type of thing. In some ways they might appeal to Trump saying, we're just the damsel in distress and you're the big strong man who can come in and save us. And we'll be so grateful. We'll share all the intelligence with you. You'll come across as the king who shouldn't be messed with. And all you have to do is just deliver. I think they're going to try to appeal to the tough. To me, this is like that tough guy image to Trump that he wants to project. The King of Wands would also be in there, but it's kind of it's like they feed him intelligence and give him a story so that Trump feels like he's the smart guy in the room and he's making the right choice. I think they also want to sell it that if he does this and brings Iran to its knees, then he can sign a better nuclear non-proliferation deal with Iran, especially when they, if their program set back 10 years, not only better than what Obama, you get a better deal than Obama, but Iran's even further back than when they were when Obama signed that accord when he did.
Yeah. All right. So what's the consequence if Trump goes ahead with this? I want to see what's the consequence for this.
Sure. Good question.
Because it all looks so easy and like everything's going to come up roses, right?
Exactly. And it's never like that.
Oh boy. Well, the foundation is the death card. So this can be a couple of things. This could be the end of Iran as a major power in the Middle East. This could bring the end to the current regime, if you will. Iran's already pretty pissed off at Trump for killing one of their generals the first time around. They may just sort of go all in targeting the great orange leader. Let's keep going. The challenge is the Eight of Swords. David had that as his foundational reading. The consequence, the challenge is, it's like they don't see a way out of this. What are the consequences? Something's you're coming to an end.
Well, you might get stuck.
Yeah.
You just started a world war.
Yeah.
You're stuck with the basically you're stuck with the consequences. You do it, you don't know what the consequences are, but you have to own it now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what this card is. Trump owns it. If whatever happens from this, there's either you're stuck or there's something that's you're not going to be able to wriggle free from, and you have to own it.
No, he's supposed to own lots of things, but it's always Biden or Obama's fault.
Yeah.
It'll be Trump's glory when he launches the attack, but if it goes, if I guess there's 40,000 American troops in the Middle East, if Iran attacks back and kills a bunch of American soldiers, how do you blame Biden or Obama for that? When you're the one who got backed out of Obama's plan, you're the one who bombs them, and you don't think there'll be consequences? Okay.
In the past, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is kind of like, I just get the feeling like a bunch of innocents get killed in this. Women and children type of people, non-combatants, and it's like really, really bad. And you've got to own this because these were people that were innocents. They were harmed. These were not people that they're not targets. They're not legitimate military targets. The current energy is the Six of Cups. You can't spin it any other way. This you should have been showing kindness and nurturing and being generous and forthcoming. But this is kind of nostalgic and a bit of an illusion. Overarching energy is the Ace of Wands, a new action being taken, a strong, firm action. It's like a rebuke. Ace of Swords, the truth is out there. You can't deny it. Oh my God, these are strong. And I think, Dave, you were probably right. We may get stuck into something here. That this is like, it's like an ongoing battle. It's just like it's not something that's going to go away.
Yeah, his signature move.
But he's going to own it, and it's going to create backlash and strong actions coming back to get you.
Yeah, you can imagine if American pilots get shot down or something along those lines, which seems unlikely because Israel's done a very effective job of shutting down Iran's air defense capabilities, and they have dominance in the skies. So that makes it safer to do the operations like that. But you can imagine what would happen if American soldiers in the Middle East that aren't part of this conflict get hit.
Yeah, there's one thing that maybe I'm a little blind to when I was doing that reading.
What's that?
I'm just assuming that any sort of consequences are consequences that are felt in the Middle East and not back home.
Right.
Especially when you got the Queen of Pentacles and you've got the Six of Cups there, or where it's just like, something could happen over here.
If he attacks there, expect more protests.
Oh, for sure.
How now? The question is, how will those on the right view attacks on Iran? Are they going to feel betrayed, or are they going to be excited?
Mm-hmm.
Because Newsmax and OAN told them to be excited.
Well, let's face it. Iran doesn't have a great reputation in the United States.
No, they really don't.
And there'll be a lot of people that would be, that serves them right for what they did in 1979.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people looking for retribution for that. But yeah, keep going. I'll shut up here.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and the other thought is, I wonder if we'll get some text messages from Pete Hegseth and company about air operations, because if that goes through, you can imagine what Iran would do with that information if they could do something with that information.
Yeah, well, now they've got a different metric to measure it. They I guess nearby there's a bunch of pizza restaurants, and so there's a pizza tracker, and every time something's about to go down, all of a sudden they're staying late at work and ordering lots of pizzas.
Got it. Makes sense. Although, how many pizzas could that possibly be?
Apparently a lot.
All right. I want to know kind of what will, how will the right react to Trump's actions in Iran? Are they if he targets Iran, are they going to celebrate this? What are they going to do? 10 of Coins. It's his legacy. Queen of Wands, actions. Knight of Cups, wishes, dreams fulfilled. Knight of Wands, more action. Underneath the Eight of Cups. There might be some who threaten to walk away. Marjorie Taylor Greene's like, if he attacks Iran, I'm walking away. Shut up. You will not. Your whole career is based on, sniffing that man's taint, and you're not about to go leave him anytime soon. There'll be threats of people leaving, but it's the legacy, and he knows it. He knows he has control over it. How is the right going to react to it? Generally speaking, I think they're going to trust that he knows best, and they'll just follow him.
Yeah, well, we had to do something.
Exactly.
We had to take some sort of action.
The thing I think though that's here is it's just kind of that Eight of Cups. I don't think that's them walking away. That's kind of, it's almost like for the folks that are against war and they watch their reaction, it's like there's no hope for these folks. Mm-hmm. They're so detached from reality. They're emotionally so different that, they're ostracized. They're pariahed. They're, people give up on them. There's just kind of like I'm done. It's almost like, families at Thanksgiving. I'm done with you. I'm cutting you off. I'm not dealing with you anymore. You go do your thing. It's cool. Hope I never see you again, because I sure as hell I'm not planning on seeing you again. See you at your funeral. Yeah. Good times. And the other thing is, that Eight of Cups could be, well, I hope you enjoy sending your children over to the military for a draft.
Yeah.
It probably won't go to something like that. But hey, World War has to start with a conflict and then other people piling in, and this would be piling in.
Yeah, I just like, once again, if the consequences of the actions are lots of innocent lives needlessly lost, that the atrocities of it are so bad that could be that 8 of Cups where people are just like, you know what, I'm not celebrating this. I'm disgusted and I don't want to have any more part of it. I mean, you're starting to see even some of his cabinet are starting to show fractures of, showing signs of ethics.
Right. And so far, all we've seen is that Israel appears to be attacking military installations.
Yeah.
And things aligned with the Iranian government, the military. They attacked like the broadcasting center that, their version of Fox News, I suppose.
Yeah.
And Iran appears to be launching missiles towards Tel Aviv and going after the civilian population. So there is that, but I mean, no civilians should be dying over this. This shouldn't even be happening. Big boys use their big boy words, but apparently we don't have that.
Okay, so will Trump face consequences at home?
Sure.
Will his consequences be at home, in the home front? Okay, Queen of Cups, keeping your emotions, the Star, the best of democracy, the world, coming to an end of a cycle. You got the Emperor, and man, a lot of major arcana in this one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it's kind of one of those. You should have been the adult instead of the baby. Instead of acting like an infant, you should have been acting like an adult. Keeping your cool, keeping your patience. We as a country, we're better than this. And we have a major impact on the world, and you're not a king. And we need to start building relationships from this. Man, a lot of major arcana. If there's a consequence, it's not a tactical consequence.
It's significant.
It's big. It's a fundamental change is what it's going to be.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm done here.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. Happy topic. All right. Thank you everyone for watching this video and supporting our channel. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, if you like these videos, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. Hey, and YouTube's been cleaning up their subscriber rolls. So if you want to be subscribed, check your subscription status, because we were at -10 yesterday. I don't think we were that bad. So take a look. YouTube does this every once in a while, and they clean up their stuff. So leave a comment. I read them all, respond to many, including some of the unflattering ones.
I didn't know Mom I thought we banned Mom from the channel. Is she still posting?
She keeps creating burner accounts, and she was flaming me today, man.
You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about, and you never visit.
She typed. She had a burner account. She said, I like David better than Gary.
Well,
Gary, and so I responded, yeah, Gary's really annoying. So what is it about Gary that you don't like? I'm curious what Mom's feedback was going to be.
Exactly. Well,
talk about harboring grudges from the 70s, right?
That's okay. She posted on my channel the other day saying that I'm way too rude to you and I need to be nicer.
Oh,
she was going to unsubscribe from my channel and only watch you instead.
Oh my goodness.
So, it goes both ways. I think she's trying to play both sides off on each other.
Yeah, she sure is, right?
It's kind of what they did before they ate all our Halloween candy.
Oh God. Hey, so let's give a couple of shout outs. Robin Davis made a very kind contribution to the channel. Hi, Robin.
Welcome to the channel, Robin. You've only been around forever.
I know Robin's made a lot of contributions. Oh my gosh. So now some people have been asking if we could share some photos of when we were kids. So let's see. I've got one here. See if you, David, can remember.
Oh yeah, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, like I said, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. Oh well, I'll put it up on the community page. Let's just say we were wearing red pants and a white shirt, and we were at St. Veronica's that day.
Oh, wow. Why would you post that up?
When we were like 7 or 8 years old. It's our first communion, right? Let's see. What other shout outs have I got here? Hey, how about a shout out to Linda G? We just did taco. We did a Taco Tuesday with Marina from Heart Center Tarot, and Linda G was our special guest, and she sent the attendance through the roof.
What do you think? What do you think, Carter? Look at that! Da, 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 da.
Oh my gosh,
she's rethinking her life choices. We can drive mother's batty.
Absolutely. Let's see. I'm gonna go to see who's been. Aline Levin, who's very present in the comment section. Ooh, oh dear. Well, it was nice having Elaine Levin in the comment section.
She's turned a new leaf. This is the chrysalis. She's now been recognized. So now she could put to end all the anguish of never being called out by Miss Marianne. She got the call out here. Go spread your wings, little butterfly, and flit about.
And we'll do one last one for DC 1984, who says, "At Gary, beer me, baby." Oh yeah,
that's right, winner, baby. All the beer, all the time.
Okay, and a secret card for the rest of us. Do not change yourself to this man. Take the chains off. It's all about love. If you're taking actions that aren't rooted in love, you're probably going down the wrong path.
He's the toxic ex.
Amen.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care,
folks.